Hello guys, did you hear that? Democracy or democrazy? Those are the options on the table right now because what we are witnessing in Nigeria is not normal politics. It is a systematic dismantling of opposition happening right now in front of us. And now, Independent Electoral Commission is being accused of something serious, not just bias, but acting like an extension of the ruling party. So let me ask you, if 2027 elections are already being shaped in 2026, what exactly are we preparing for? We need to talk about this ADC crisis right now. Here is the situation. The African Democratic Congress, ADC, is in full-blown internal crisis. The court gave a ruling, maintain the status quo, meaning return things to how they were before the conflict. Simple. But here is where it's getting complicated. According to Kenneth Okonkwo, INEC interpreted it to mean no leadership exists. Key figures like David Mark, Aregbe and others were sidelined. And a man named Abu Bala, who reportedly resigned, is now being recognized. Let that sink in. A resigned figure being treated as leadership. That is not just confusion. This looks like a strategic disruption. But before we go deeper, like this video, subscribe to this channel, turn on notification, because this is where we break down real political moves, no filter. This ADC situation is not just party drama, it's the front line of Nigerian democracy. But let's continue. Let's be logical here. Court says maintain the status quo, meaning go back to how things were before the fight. So if David Mark was a chairman before the crisis, he should remain chairman. Simple. But instead, INEC appear to have created a vacuum. And here is the danger. No leadership equals to no coordination. No coordination equals to weak opposition. That is what I call it. Locking the door from the outside. Now this is where things get interesting. When the People's Democratic Party has internal factions, INEC recognizes one side almost immediately. So why is ADC different? Why the delay? Why the confusion? Some analysts are suggesting that because ADC has become a political home for major political heavyweights like Atiku Abubakar, Kwakwanso, and Peter Obi. If that is the case, then weakening ADC now becomes strategic. Now let's address the contradiction. How does someone who has resigned becomes the face of leadership? INEC is accepting resignation on one side, recognizing authority on the other. That's not consistency. That is confusion. Or worse, control ambiguity. Let's step back a little. This is bigger than ADC. This is about who controls democracy. Because if INEC can influence who lead a party, then indirectly they influence who get nominated and eventually who get voted for. At that point, elections are no longer about choice. They are about selection. And to bring it home, if ADC is weakened and PDP is already fragmented, then where is the opposition? Because democracy needs options, competitions, alternatives. If those disappear, we move closer to one-party system. And history has shown that path is dangerous. Now let's be fair. Some people will argue, let the court handle it. But where is the issue? Courts have often maintained that internal party matters are limited in judicial interference. So if INEC step in too deeply, it raises questions. Others will say this is just legal complexity. Maybe. But complexity should not lead to lack of clarity or consistent decision. In my own opinion, this is risky, very risky. Because when institutions begin to blur lines, public trust started to crumble. And once trust is gone, election becomes contested. outcomes becomes disputed. No country thrive under that condition. This is the real question Nigeria must ask. Are we practicing democracy or drifting into something else? If INEC has clear justification, they must show it. If not, they must correct it because perception matters. And right now, the perception is raising serious concerns. So I ask you, is this a deliberate move to weaken opposition ahead of 2027 or just a legal situation being misunderstood? Drop your thought in the comments. Let's talk respectfully. Finally, if you are satisfied with the analysis, like and share this video because awareness is power. Subscribe for more real breakdowns. Stay informed, stay alert, and remember, democracy only works when the system is trusted by the people. Peace. I am out. We'll see on the next one.